Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Love is the absence of judgment. I find hope in the darkest days, and focus in the brightest. The goal is not to be better than the other man, but your previous self. Compassion is the radicalism of our time. An eye for an eye, we are all blind. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. A spoon cannot taste of the food it carries. Likewise, a foolish man cannot understand the wise man's wisdom even if he associates with a sage. The true hero is one who conquers his own anger and hatred. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. Love and compassion are the true religions to me. But to develop this, we do not need to believe in any religion. Anger and hatred are signs of weakness, while compassion is a sure sign of strength. I try to treat whoever I meet as an old friend. This gives me a genuine feeling of happiness. It is the practice of compassion. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. The purpose of all the major religious traditions is not to construct big temples on the outside, but to create temples of goodness and compassion inside, in our hearts. Compassion naturally creates a positive atmosphere, and as a result you feel peaceful and content. My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. We can live without religion and meditation, but we cannot survive without human affection. When we feel love and kindness toward others, it not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it helps us also to develop inner happiness and peace. When you practice gratefulness, there is a sense of respect toward others. Look at situations from all angles, and you will become more open. Sleep is the best meditation. There are always problems to face, but it makes a difference if our minds are calm. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love others. When you lose, don't lose the lesson. To conquer oneself is a greater victory than to conquer thousands in a battle. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Through violence, you may solve one problem, but you sow the seeds for another. Be happy to change your goals, but never change your values. In the practice of tolerance, one's enemy is the best teacher. People must first accomplish internal disarmament before aiming for external disarmament. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. People take different roads seeking fulfillment and happiness. Just because they're not on your road does not mean they are lost. No matter how educated or wealthy you are, if you don't have peace of mind, you won't be happy. Choose to be optimistic, it feels better. Dissatisfaction is the seed of anger. Neither a space station nor an enlightened mind can be realized in a day. It is very rare or almost impossible that an event can be negative from all points of view. The more you are motivated by love, the more fearless and free your action will be. Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. The ultimate source of happiness is not money and power, but warm-heartedness. Many of our problems stem from attitudes like putting ourselves first at all costs. Irrespective of whether we are believers or agnostics, whether we believe in God or karma, moral ethics is a code which everyone is able to pursue. I believe the very purpose of our life is to seek happiness. Whether one believes in religion or not, whether one believes in that religion or this religion, we are all seeking something better in life. So, I think, the very motion of our life is towards happiness. It is necessary to help others not in our prayers but in our daily lives. Where ignorance is our master, there is no possibility of real peace. Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. Silence is sometimes the best answer. Inner peace is the key. If you have inner peace, the external problems do not affect your deep sense of peace and tranquility. Without this inner peace, no matter how comfortable your life is materially, you may still be worried, disturbed, or unhappy because of circumstances. I defeat my enemies when I make them my friends. Someone else's action should not determine your response. When we meet real tragedy in life, we can react in two ways, either by losing hope and falling into self-destructive habits, or by using the challenge to find our inner strength. True change is within, leave the outside as it is. Real change in the world will only come from a change of heart. Know the rules well, so you can break them effectively. The planet does not need more successful people. The planet desperately needs more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of all kinds. Give the ones you love wings to fly, roots to come back, and reasons to stay. We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. In our struggle for freedom, truth is the only weapon we possess. Let us try to recognize the precious nature of each day. When you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. Time passes unhindered. When we make mistakes, we cannot turn the clock back and try again. All we can do is use the present well. An open heart is an open mind. Compassion is not religious business, it is human business. It is not luxury, it is essential for our own peace and mental stability. It is essential for human survival. A truly compassionate attitude toward others does not change even if they behave negatively or hurt you. Instead of wondering why this is happening to you, consider why this is happening to you. Hard times build determination and inner strength. Through them we can also come to appreciate the uselessness of anger. Instead of getting angry, nurture a deep caring and respect for troublemakers, because by creating such trying circumstances they provide us with invaluable opportunities to practice tolerance and patience. Although you may not always be able to avoid difficult situations, you can modify the extent to which you can suffer by how you choose to respond to the situation. Our ancient experience confirms at every point that everything is linked together, everything is inseparable. If someone has a gun and is trying to kill you, it would be reasonable to shoot back with your own gun. A disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering. A good friend who points out mistakes and imperfections and rebukes evil is to be respected as if he reveals the secret of some hidden treasure. The creatures that inhabit this earth, be they human beings or animals, are here to contribute, each in its own particular way, to the beauty and prosperity of the world. The ultimate authority must always rest with the individual's own reason and critical analysis. Take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk. Only the development of compassion and understanding for others can bring us the tranquility and happiness we all seek. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. When the heart is closed, it leads to fear, stress, and anger. Nurturing the idea of the oneness of humanity has the effect of opening the heart. Because of lack of moral principle, human life becomes worthless. Moral principle, truthfulness, is a key factor. If we lose that, then there is no future. The world doesn't belong to leaders. The world belongs to all humanity. Climate change is not the concern of just one or two nations. It is an issue that affects the whole of humanity and every living being on this earth. Ultimately, we have to change attitudes, not by law but by education. If the child is not held, hugged, cuddled, or loved, its development will be impaired and its brain will not mature properly. When you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. Sometimes one creates a dynamic impression by saying something, and sometimes one creates as significant an impression by remaining silent. To be aware of a single shortcoming in oneself is more useful than to be aware of 1,000 in someone else. If a problem can be solved, it will be. If it cannot be solved, there is no use worrying about it. Our visit to this planet is short, so we should use our time meaningfully, which we can do by helping others wherever possible.